Hello everyone. In this lecture we will understand the basic use or the advantage of the object oriented programming concept. Then we will understand the basic syntax about the C++ as a C++ as a object oriented programming. Then in this lecture we will cover the syllabus points. That one is the benefit of object oriented programming, C++ as an object oriented programming language, then the namespaces and the C++ programming with the C++ programming basic. The benefits of object oriented programming, it's already explained in a previous lecture. That is with the help of object oriented programming, if we develop our code or the program, then these are the some benefits which one is helpful with the OOP. That is a reusability. We can reuse the code. If we develop our code with the object oriented programming, definitely we can reuse, or reusability is better under this. Then data redundancy, that means reduce data redundancy. Code maintenance, it is easy to maintain the code because of with the help of object oriented programming we develop our code, then it is easy to maintain. Then security is high because of OOP. Then design benefit, because of OOP we can develop the good design of a particular program. Then better productivity, it gives a good output with the object oriented programming. Then easy troubleshooting, we can easily solve the particular problem. Then polymorphism flexibility. Polymorphism, poly means many form flexibility. That is, we already understand the polymorphism concept. Then problem solving process is high in the with the help of the object oriented programming. These are some benefits with the OOP. Then C++ as an object oriented programming language, we already understand this concept. What is meant by the object, what is meant by the class, what is meant by the abstraction or a data abstraction, what is meant by the polymorphism, then what is meant by the inheritance and the encapsulation. These are the basic pillar of the object oriented programming. Then we will understand the C++ programming with the C++ programming basic, like how exact we write the code with the help of C++, or it may be in a C++, like a syntax of a C++, right? Then C++ program structure, that is how exact we write our C++ program. That means simply the basic program structure we will understand in this lecture with in detail about the each and every points under this program structure. That one is simply we write a simple code. That one is print the words. That one is hello world using C++. This is simply the code which one is only a prints the hello world. Means we can say that this is simply the hello world program with the C++. That one is hash include. This is again the one header file. That one is IOStream. Then using namespace std, and then main function, that one is int main function. That one is cout with the our string with the hello world, and it prints a hello world, and it mentioning with the return 0 to the main function. Then how exact the meaning of this whole program, we will understand it line by line. The C++ program structure, that one is simply the hash include means what. We will understand the firstly what is meant by the hash include under the program. That is the first line of a program. The many programming language and other computer files have a directive, or it may be a particular program have again a program to help it. That one is often called include, means we run this program, we need another supportive program to run this program. That's why we include one file. That file name is a IOStream, right? That one is simply the inbuilt library function, inbuilt function or inbuilt program which one is available under the C++. We can directly reuse it with the help of hash include syntax. With the help of hash include, and mentioning with the angle bracket of IOStream, we involve this program under our this current program. That one is simply the use of hash include. We will understand what exactly the use of IOStream, why we include this IOStream under our program. Then that is called include. As we as well as copy and import, means with the help of include we just to import this IOStream file under this current program, that causes the content of a second file to be inserted into the original file. This is our original file. We just to insert the one more file with the help of include, hash include, and angle bracket. We need to mention the angle bracket to mention our file name. That one is IOStream, and that one is included in this particular original file. Then we will understand what exactly use of this, but the meaning of this we understand it's with a meaning or the use of exact use of a hash include under this program. All preprocessor directories, or directories means a program or file, begin with the hash. If you want to add the particular files under your original file, then you need to use a hash include. Include means include it with this program. That is the use of a hash include. Now we will understand what exact the meaning of a IOStream under the particular program, under this current program. Then use of IOStream. IOStream stands for standard input output stream. Means that one is simply the related to a input, means gives the input to the program and the output of the program. That one is done with the IOStream. This header file contains a definition to the object like cin, cout, cerr, or multiple another particular objects. In a given program, the particular IOStream objects is a cout. In this program we use the cout. That is again an object under the IOStream header file. What is meant by the header file? That one is a particular file have extension of a .h. That one is a header. Means that is a main file or a head file for our program, which one is we already included with the hash include IOStream. What is exact the use of IOStream? This header file contains the input output definition for the program. Means if we want to print something on a screen, that is the output process, that one is executed. Or it may be this program want to print on a screen something, then this header file help to print this hello world on this screen. Okay, that one is simply the use of IOStream. Then same thing, that one is the C++ comes with the libraries which provides us with the many ways for performing input. That one is a cin and the cout. Means a particular IOStream file is normally used for cin. Means if you want to put the provides the input to a program like enter the value of XYZ, then user put the some value through the keyboard. That one is done with the cin. Particular program does not contain this example of cin. We will understand it later with the practically. Then output, that one is done with the cout. Here is the example of cout. Cout hello world means this line prints the hello world on a screen with the help of IOStream, with the help of header file. Okay, this is simply the use of IOStream. Then next, that one is using namespace strand std. What exact the use of this line? We already understand the hash include IOStream. Now we will understand this line, that one is using namespace std. What exact the use of this? Whenever when we use this line under the particular program, there is no need to mention in before the cout. Cout is again the object of IOStream. This line correlate between the IOStream and the cout. That is actually the use. Like without particular this program output is hello world. Then if we remove this line, then it gives output, it gives the error. Okay, because of with this line we correlate this IOStream file with the cout. It's a bridge between these two. Like a cout comes under the IO string. That one is mentioned with the std, standard input output, or it may be a standard file. That one is standard functions using namespace std mentions that cout is a part of a IO string. If it is not mentioned with the program, it gives error. Then if we mention without this using namespace std, we can run the code. The syntax for this, that is simply the remove this line, then just std with a scope resolution cout. If we use this before the cout, then it gives output as a hello world. But there is if we mention the cout 4 times, then each and every time we need to mention std scope resolution before the cout or the cin. If you can directly mention using namespace std, there is no need to mention std scope resolution before the cout, before the cin, or it may be in a program it comes many times, cout comes many times, there is no need to mention this if we use this line using namespace std. That is actual the use of this line. It's a correlate between this object with the IO string. Then using namespace std means that we can use names for the object and variable from the standard library. This is standard library, right? That one is a standard library. We use cout from the standard library. That is actually the bridge between this object and this library. Simple. That is actually the use of using namespace. Without this line, it gives error. This line shows the relation between this, and then it run. If it is not with the using namespace std and without std scope resolution, it gives error. Okay, these are the two way we can run it. Using namespace std, it reduces our efforts. Simple. Then that one is using namespace with another view with the help of C under the C++. That means simple, this program represent int main, then int value. Everyone knows the int is a data type, value is a variable, then variable values is a 0. Then again we define double value, double is a data type, then value. It gives an error here. Why? Because of we gives the same name for the, or we use the same name here, same variable, it gives an error. Then again, if you want to use the same name under the same program, under the same scope, then there is a solution with a namespace. That one is simply the hash include IO stream using namespace. This is by default with this program also. Okay, in before the int main. Then we mention the namespace first. This is a one name, that is a first. It contains one variable, that is a value val, and the val under the first, that is a 500. Means namespace defines that the first contained a val as a variable of a value of a 500. Then again we define another global variable, like another variable with the same name, that is val is equal to 100. Then again we call the run the main function. It contains int val is equal to 200 because of its global, that's why we can directly use here. Then cout with first scope resolution val. Because of this, it prints 500. Why? Because of it correlate with the first, and it's mentioning with the namespace first, and we access the first scope resolution value. It gives a value as output of a 500. If we only mention a val, it gives the output of a 200. This is exact the use of namespace. Same thing used under the here, but that one is by default. It's a library contains a cout variable or maybe a object, and it's behind the screen. It's automatically called this cout definition from the IO string. Okay, this is simply the use of a namespace. That means only usability, or it may be a use of the namespace is again for usability purpose. You want to use a particular variable name repeatedly, then you can use it with the namespaces. Okay. Then next, that one is what is mean by the comment main function cout and return 0 under the particular program, or it may be the program structure. Comment, everyone knows, with a double forward slash, and you mention something in that with the forward slashes, double forward slashes, it's not a part of a particular program. That is, we can say that that is a comment. To understand the syntax or the program code, we mention the comment normally. Then int main, this is called the function. This is called a function. Int main is a function. Any code inside its curly brackets will be executed. Means every program contains a main function. We mention by default it's with the int data type. Normally it's by default we need to mention the int. Then it's run some statement, that is cout hello world. Then this is a main function will be executed. Means whenever we run this or compile this program, it's starting with this. Then cout, it checks the definition of cout under the header file. Yes, it contains. Then it prints the hello world. Okay, and it's end this main function with return 0. Then curly braces, main function where program execution begins. The main concept behind the int main is whenever you run the code, it's run from this line. Okay, that is the concept behind the int main. Then cout hello world causes the message hello world to be displayed on the screen. With the help of this cout hello world, it prints hello world on the screen, on the user screen. That is actually the use of cout. Then the next line, that is return 0, it terminates the main function and causes it to be return the value 0 to a calling process. Means when we call the main function and it's ended, and whenever we return 0, it exit this, or it's done with this main function. This is simply the calling and ending process for the main function. This is exact the use of particular int main, cout and return 0. This is the basic explanation about the C++ program. Now these are the some references, which one is I referred with this content from these websites. Okay, this is simply the explanation about the basic structure of the C++ program, and the basic explanation about what exact the hash include and IO streams, then what exact the use of using namespace, then what exact the use of int main, use of cout and the return 0. This program gives the output as a hello world. In a next lecture, I will run this program practically and explain you how exact it work and how to compile it, how to run it with the particular practical environment. Okay, thank you.